So we had a rainstorm last night. It rained a lot. I guess it was windy too because a lot of my plants fell over. Can't really see it on video, but this pepper plant fell down. This Prilla plant fell down. And my peanuts fell down. I'm gonna have to stand these up within a couple of days. I harvested a lot of peppers. A lot. So I think I'm gonna have to pickle those to preserve it for over the winter. And my tomato plants, hopefully since the weather is a little bit cooler, they'll start producing fruit. Because I had a lot of the flowers fall off, and for example, this one here, I mean the first like 4 plants have no fruit on it whatsoever. Because they kept dropping its flowers. But the ones back here, I have some fruits that's ripening. And those are the Abe Lincolns. And they take a lot of, I mean, it was up in the 99s. And they still fruited, so I'm going to save those seeds and plant them next year. And the ones that didn't fruit, I'm debating whether I should plant those next year. I'll plant it, but give it shade cover and see what happens. Here's my sweet potatoes. My okra plants. I mean, having 3 is just enough for me. I get to pick an okra every day, put it in soups and stuff. I had an infestation of squash bugs on my peppers. And they're called squash bugs, but why are they on pepper plants? I killed over 200 of them. And how I do it is with a squirt bottle. Squirt bottle filled with soapy water. Squash bugs die pretty fast. Eggs hatched, and there's a lot of nymphs there. Whoa, up here, man, there's like 20 of them. So I've been coming out a couple of times a day, checking for squash bugs on my pepper plants. So the biggest problems I have are squash bugs and grasshoppers. The grasshoppers with the pointy head, the green ones, they're just tearing through my leaves. Leafy green stuff. I think this is caused by the grasshoppers. Damage to my eggplants. Here's my blueberry plant. This grew a lot this year. I gotta transplant it because I think this pot is a little small for this. I'll transplant this and try to take some cuttings next year. Hopefully I'll have enough. I'm gonna plant about 20. Wow, look at this. This is the Korean melon, and this was not diseased yesterday, but after a rain, I mean just one day of rain, look at this. All these leaves are diseased now. I mean just yesterday they were fine. I mean the melons, they're so susceptible to disease. And the Korean melons. So there's a Korean melon right there, still green. I hope it ripens before this succumbs to disease. There's a watermelon right above that. There's another watermelon. A third one hanging right there. I better support that before it rips it off the plant. And there's another one back there. So there's 4 watermelons growing in this section here. Jujubes. Jujubes, not jujubes. And this is my pepper patch. A couple of bell peppers down there. There's one behind the leaves that you can't see. And a small one forming right there. And a lot of spicy peppers coming up. These are the ones I'm going to pickle. And one more okra right here. It's starting to rain. I have a lot of weeds. That's what you get when you don't use weed killer, but I like weeds. Whoa, I just saw salamander or lizard square by. Did you see it? Maybe not. I think you move fast enough. Another watermelon down here. Where is it? Wasn't showing up right there. See, this is the damage the grasshoppers have been doing. They're all full of holes. Oh, and there is a grasshopper. Right there. I killed about 9 this morning. This one's gonna get away because I'm busy filming. Look at all the damage. I mean, all of this is just gonna go in the compost pile. So I picked all of the peaches. Next year I'm gonna pick them by August 1st. Because after that it starts getting brown rot. So I threw away about 50 peaches off this tree. So this is the first tomato that's ripening. I should be able to eat it in 2 or 3 days. So these are Abe Lincolns. Purple lemon balm. Yeah, these okra, I let it sit on the plant a little too long and they got too big, so throwing it away. But ants love these. I don't know why ants love okra so much. Because last time I cut some and threw it in the ground and ants just put a burrow or a hole in there and just came out of there and started eating it. Hundreds of them. Here's another watermelon. And here's a squash. Where is it? Why can't they see it? Hiding behind the grass. Bee's still out doing its thing. There's a big one over there, but I don't want to go over the bee and startle it. So as soon as the rain stops, I'm going to start weeding some of this stuff, hand pull. And here's an avocado plant. Hopefully it survives. So I came around to the other side and here's the big squash. It's like 12 inches in diameter. There's ants on it. I hope they don't do any damage. Another avocado plant. And this is a hot mess. Weeds and bean plants. So I planted a bunch of squash everywhere around, trying to use it as ground cover and get some fruit out of it at the same time. But this one hasn't produced anything. I don't know, maybe it's not getting enough nutrients somewhere. My cucumbers have gone to seed. I let them go to seed so I can collect some seeds for next year. There's one down there, that's a good one. So here is an example of how ants love okra. I threw this down yesterday. And ants came right up under there and they're consuming this now. This is my kiwi plant in a planter. I put it here because I don't know where to put it yet. I'm going to put on the west side of the container. I wonder if that's enough sunlight. Does it have to face south? So I'm debating. I still have time. I can decide by next year. My grapes, well, they're all starting to rot away. I'm gonna do a better job next year. I'm gonna pick whatever is left and turn to vinegar. Alright, that's it for the update today.